Good Tuesday morning. We've got Litecoin up. There's a reason for that. Bitcoin's up. There's a reason for that. People are getting into some sound assets because when you look around at the deteriorating structure that we have and the cost of goods, I think hyperinflation's right around the corner. Actually, it doesn't happen overnight. It's one of those gradual things. It's been going on since 2008, really. They papered this thing over, this dead system that they have on life support, which is just giving blood transfusions of dollars to keep the thing alive, and now they have to give a lot more because it's just leaking out everywhere, blood spurting all over the place. You got to keep putting more into it, but it keeps bleeding out. And that's where we're at. So people are chasing sound money. Now, the interesting thing is you look at gold and silver, which is the sound money of, I don't even want to say the existing age, but, leading up to this point, that was the flight to safety, gold and silver. I think so many people resonate with that. They're not in this new digital system yet mentally, psychologically, that if you can keep the price of gold and silver down, that doesn't signal, danger, 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 system's collapsing. So I think they're going to try and suppress that as long as they can. They, the big they. Speaking of the big they, have you seen Johnson & Johnson's latest pinprick? And how you've got 6.8 million people who have been pricked by this. And now the government comes out and says, well, it might be causing some problems and some blood clotting in people and you might die. See, this is the problem when you have an experimental pinprick. You don't, and this throughout history, all you got to do is look at the history. Do the research. Government does this stuff all the time, and then after the fact, it's, oh, well, sorry, yeah, it was dangerous. Had a little problem with it. So you think, well, I got to sue somebody. I need to take somebody down. Well, yeah, since 1986, I think that was the year Reagan signed it. Well, yeah, since then we've got a pinprick accident damage court that you have to go to. You can't sue them by the regular means because, yeah, they're exempt. They have immunity. The irony of that, it's like laughing at us in our face. They have immunity. So they can create whatever toxic chemical mixture crap they want to put in that thing, and they give it to you. But see, the thing is, they're not forcing it on you. You're volunteering to get it. They're whipping you up into a frenzy so that's like, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. Do your own research. Got the information at your fingertips. Just go out and do it. As much as it's trying to be suppressed and scrubbed from the internet, the information is out there. I remember when I went to school, grade school, they used to have this thing called the bookmobile. And everybody would get excited. It was just like the local branches of the libraries around here got together and they got this bookmobile. And the bookmobile would come and you'd let like 5, 6 people on it at a time and you'd go look at the books and you could check out books. And then when the bookmobile came back the next month, you'd take the books back. So it was so cool because, people would, oh, the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, everybody be trying to get the books. And, the cool books, when you're in grade school. But that's how you had information. I mean, you had to read. You had to go do some research. When I was in college, there was no internet to where I could just look stuff up. Had to go to the library, critical analysis by different authors, essays, and, you'd analyze a book and you'd read all these papers, what everybody else had to say about it, and then you'd write your paper, your thesis, whatever. You had to do all that legwork and go do it and read and take notes and footnotes and all that crap. Now we've got so much information out there. Noise, maybe, as Cliff High would say. Too much noise, not necessarily good information. But there is a lot of good information out there, but you have to go get it. And the beauty, I love it because you can just pull things up, but you got to use your critical thinking. You got to use some discernment. When you pull this stuff up, don't just take, oh, okay, that's the first hit on Google, so that's the one that I'm going to read. No, you have to read stuff, go through stuff, but you have access to it. So I'm not saying there's no excuse for not knowing things, because there is so much, and we have busy lives and we have things going on, and it's just like they keep us in this slave system to where you can't get your head above water, just enough to tread water and get a little bit of air now and then. But we do have the information. And for a situation like this to occur, we have to let's start trusting ourselves and quit trusting the powers that be. That's how we got into this mess. I'm spraying it all over the place. That's how we got into this mess, though. Trusting those people who don't deserve to be trusted. They're no better than you are. They're no better than I am. They're no better than any of us. But they happen to worm their way to the top and get in positions of authority, and they have the mouthpiece of the press to tell you all these narratives, all these fictions, all these things that you don't know if they're true or not. I mean, it's all theater. So act like you're watching a movie, and the problem is you're the one that are going to suffer the consequences of that movie if the information's bad. So take control of your life. Take possession of your wealth. Get assets into your own hand. I mean, the most precious asset you have is you. Your spirit, your soul, your body, everything that encompasses you, whatever you want to call it. Protect it. Nurture it. Just be careful out there, and know that your instincts are better than most. You know what's best for you. So I'll end this with, sound money to prevent from the inflation, to prevent from the fire collapse, the empire just crumbling, that whole situation. Get outside that system and start using something that you have control over. Use a separate network, of money, which is Bitcoin, which is Litecoin, which is Digibyte, which is all kinds of different coins. Find the one that resonates with you. Trust your instinct, and put your energy into that. Because if you're putting your energy into the paper dollar, the Federal Reserve note, that's done. You've lost. It's over. It's over. You're not going to win. You're going to be paying, $15 for a 2x4. I mean, that's where we're headed. That kind of stupid stuff, because it's just going to get crazy with all the dollars that have been printed. And again, they're not dollars. They're Federal Reserve notes. They're not backed by anything. Not gold. It's not in the bank. You go and try and take out money in the bank. It's not there. There's only so much. It's fractional reserve lending. I mean, they just don't have it. It's backed by nothing but faith. And people are losing faith. So don't get steamrolled. Look at those sound assets. Look at those things that you can control to some extent. And cryptocurrency is a good thing to be looking at and researching. I'm a big fan of Litecoin. I think it's way undervalued. I'm a big fan of silver too. So it's kind of the silver in both eras. The physical old school world, but it's also needed for technology. And Litecoin is kind of that silver in the digital world. It's a store of value, and it's sound money. It's been running for almost 10 years, that network, without interruption. So it's stable. It's sound. So I like both of those. You choose what you want. But choose wisely. Yeah. Crazy things out there. Do your own research. Information's at your fingertips. Do what resonates with you. I hope you all have a wonderful day. I love you all, and thanks for listening to me ramble on a Tuesday. I guess we could say that's some Tuesday crypto truth. All right. Have a great day.